Today I want to talk about the concept of making your future self proud. This is a pretty broad topic, and I feel like, in a way, all of my past videos can kind of all come back to this. I think it's a pretty simple explanation. Basically, do something that will have a better outcome than something that will have a negative outcome. This applies to pretty much every aspect of life. I want to start off by talking about health first, because I feel like that's a pretty easy one to understand. So how do you make your future self proud when it comes to health? Obviously, eating healthy, right? Not filling yourself with all this fake food and candy. Not just because it'll affect your figure or how you look, it'll affect how you feel too, especially in the short term and long term, of course. But if you have a good diet, then in the long run, you're going to feel the effects of that, and it'll be a lot better than if you have a terrible diet. For a little over a year, I ate not too healthy, purposefully though, because I had to gain weight, and I'm still trying to gain weight, but I'm cleaning it up a little bit. Now I eat a lot healthier, but I ate McDonald's every other day for over a year, and I consciously did that. I enjoy it very much. You know, that food is made for you to enjoy it, but I definitely felt the effects of eating food that isn't good, even though I was getting what I wanted from it and what I needed. I definitely feel better after eating the meals I cook at home now, as opposed to McDonald's. McDonald's, even though it was the best way for me to gain weight quick, it left me feeling sluggish and not too great after. And now I've replaced that with just chicken and rice, a tad of buffalo sauce. I eat that every day, and I definitely feel more full, and I'm full for longer, and I feel like I can, I don't have to lay down after eating that. Another health-related thing, obviously, would be getting in the gym. That's something I do, and I really think that's something that can't go wrong for you, unless you injure yourself, but that normally doesn't happen unless you're, some bodybuilder moving crazy weight. You can go there, you can go on a treadmill for an hour. You don't have to lift. I think men will benefit from lifting in every scenario. I think you should. But bare minimum, go do a little cardio if you want to. Just stay active. Because let's say, with the diet thing too, you have a terrible diet, you don't get exercise, you're going to end up being unhealthy. That's just the truth. That's how it is. And nobody wants that. If you clean up the diet now, start working out now, think about how different you'll be a year from today, 2 years from today, instead of if you don't do that stuff and you stick with, bad food and not working out. It'll be a world of a difference. Something else that will make your future self proud is related to money. Saving money and not spending it stupidly. I don't spend a ton of money. I buy what I have to. Sometimes, I have to spend a certain amount of money. I have bills, and there's things I have to buy. But nowadays, it's very easy to get sucked into spending money, a lot of money, especially with the price of everything now. If you're watching this video, odds are you play video games. I do, and we all know that games nowadays, there are a million different things on every game that you can buy, and I'm someone who buys stuff in games, not excessively, but I do spend money on games, but I know where to call it quits, like I'm not spending hundreds of dollars on games a month, but sometimes I do, but I keep it moderate. I don't spend a lot of money. I know my limits, and the same thing can be said about something like clothes. Maybe you buy a ton of clothes or a ton of shoes. I personally don't have a ton of clothes. I only have the clothes that I need. I don't like to buy expensive clothes. I just have what I need, what I know I'll be okay with. Some people I know are like really into fashion and stuff, and that's cool, if you have the income for it. But if you're trying to save money, I would say definitely tone it down. And just, really, I don't know how many outfits I would say I have. Probably I don't know, that's weird to think about. If I were to put them all together, maybe I'd have probably hundreds of combinations. That's aside the point, though. I have clothes for, I have what I need, bottom line. But I will go a year and a half without buying new clothes and shoes. I've got shoes on the way today, but there are shoes I needed to buy. Just, have what you need. And, maybe, I know there's deals out there. If there's a deal, it might seem like a good deal, like you're getting money off buying something, but there's always a catch. There's a reason it's on sale. They're making money off of you anyway. They know how to market to you. So don't go too crazy with stuff like that. By saving your money and making smart purchases in the future, obviously you'll have more money. You can save thousands of dollars a year by doing that. And in a year you could look back and say, wow, okay, I didn't buy a skin in that game. I didn't buy that shirt and those shoes that I didn't need. and now I have all this extra money saved up. Something else could be getting out of your comfort zone and trying something new. Maybe a sport, or you're applying for a new job. Maybe you're not too sure how you're going to be at it, how you're going to do, but maybe you start this new job or you start playing basketball, and maybe you're not great, but you keep going, you keep trying, and eventually you develop the skills you need to be good at what it is that you're doing. And in a year's time, I mean a year of practice when it comes to anything, a job, a sport, maybe playing an instrument, a year's practice will get you far. I mean, no matter how slow of a learner you are, if you're consistent and, there's something you want to learn and you put the time in, obviously you're going to get better. No matter who you are, no matter what you're doing, that's just how that works. Or even going to school, getting a degree, learning a trade, something like that. You take the time to learn that, and then in 2, 4, maybe 6 to 8 years, which is long term if you want to be something like a doctor, but in that amount of time, you'll have this degree, you'll be making all this money because you of the past made the decision to lock in and, actually put your time into doing something. This is all very simple stuff here on the surface, but it's how it works. I mean, you make these decisions to do something, and you of the future will reap the benefits. It's a very simple concept, but it's the truth. Especially nowadays, a lot of people kind of just sit around and do nothing with, TikTok and YouTube. It's very easy to just not have too much motivation. And honestly, I wouldn't even say it's the fault of the individuals. It's just how things are nowadays. It's how algorithms are designed to keep you sitting down and watching YouTube or TikTok. Obviously, to make that change, you have to be the one to get up and to, stop doing nothing. But being lazy is a very easy thing to get sucked into. It happens to people, but only you can make the difference. If there's a change you want to make, a point you want to get to, maybe it seems so far away, that goal. Maybe it seems unobtainable. I mean, you put in a little bit of work every day, you're going to get there eventually. And no matter what it is that you want to do, whatever point you want to get to, there's no better time to start than right now. If you're not starting right now, you're late. Yeah, people say it's never too late, which is true. The sooner the better. But start today. Don't start tomorrow or say, oh, I'll start next week. Do it right now. Give yourself the most time possible. And when it comes to sticking to things, you have your goals, you have a plan, you got to work towards them every day. It's best to start and just make yourself do it, to power through it. Build that habit, because once you build a habit out of doing something productive, then it's going to be harder for you to fall off. So that is what I think about making your future self proud. It's, like I said, a pretty general concept that you can apply to really anything in the world if you think about it, because everything you do for you, good or bad. So why not do something good? Why not try to cut out the bad stuff? But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. If you enjoy, please leave me a like and leave me a comment. I want to know what you do to better yourself, what you do to make your future self proud. And yeah, I will see you next time.